Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm doing something that I'm surprised about. Yesterday, I made a purchase and I'm not proud of this purchase at all. It cost me a lot of money, and if you can't tell by the title, you obviously know what this is because you clicked on the title and you want to see my opinion on this foundation. And I actually could not believe I did this yesterday, but I went to Isetan in Shinjuku and I picked up the new Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Longwear High Cover Foundation SPF 25. Now, I don't know why I do this to myself, to be honest, you guys. I am obsessed with trying new foundations and finding foundations. However, I have the most sensitive acne-prone skin. Like, if a foundation isn't going to work for me, it's going to break me out really badly. And I almost consistently have marks on my face from this because I scar very easily. So if you guys are new to my channel because of this video, I have sensitive, acne-prone, dry combination skin. Yes, that sounds intense and not believable, but it's true, you guys. Like, my skin does not know what it's doing and I'm offended by it. So foundations for me are like, it's a 50-50 chance always. Not a lot of stuff works for me. The last foundation review I did was a Bobbi Brown stick foundation and it ended up breaking me out and I'm still recovering from that. It clogged my pores so much. But I mean, I paid around $80 Canadian for this foundation, which is a lot more expensive than in the US. So here it ran me about 75,000 yen, which is roughly like $80 Canadian, and likewise. So I got this in, I don't think this is the lightest shade. In fact, they only have, I think, 6 shades here in Japan. I'm not too sure, but it's really limited, the shade selection. So I have number 2, and there's no color name on it. It just says number 2. Everything on the box is written in Japanese. So let's take a look at the website and see what this foundation is meant to do. So based on the US website, Power Fabric is a new liquid foundation that teams full coverage with a matte, lightweight second skin finish. Power Fabric is a concentration of oils with no greasy effect, which delivers a velvet matte finish to achieve perfect full coverage foundation. Powerful pigments were selected and then shaped to obtain extremely fine pigment particles with a quality of color beyond reproach. Power Fabric combines full coverage with an ultra lightweight formula. Upon application, the texture melts into the skin, effectively blurring imperfections with an incredible lightweight matte veil that feels like you're not wearing makeup at all. With an SPF 25 filter, Power Fabric offers effective daily UVA and UVB protection up to the promise of broad spectrum SPF protection. It's for uneven skin tones and those wanting full coverage. So that is me. If you can tell, I have a very uneven skin tone and I need full coverage always. Like, that's my preference of choice. Let's try it out. I actually swatched 3 of the shades in the collection that they had in Japan, and this one was the closest match to my skin tone. There was one that also worked, like the shade up from this, I think it was 3.5. However, it was just a little too pink undertone for me. Like, when it was oxidizing, it started to pull some orange tones, which I am not about. I'd rather have my foundation a shade too light and be able to mix it with other foundations to make it match better, rather than buy one that's like more close match. I don't know, does anyone feel me? Like, I prefer my foundation to be more light. So let me know in the comment section down below if you agree. I have no makeup on other than my brows. I have my contact lenses in. If you guys want to see what contact lenses I'm wearing, check out the description box because it'll be linked there. And I have minimal skincare on today just because I want to experience this foundation for what it is without skincare affecting it in any way. So for my skincare today, I just have a little bit of the By Wish Trend Vitamin 75 Maximizing Cream on, which is a really nice lightweight hydrating cream. So nothing that's going to really influence makeup. And I'm not going to use a primer today because I don't use primers. My primers are my skincare. So I'm going to just leave my skin at this. And I'm going to apply this foundation with 2 different methods today. I want to test it out both ways. So here I have a damp makeup sponge. That is not a beauty blender, it's just a makeup sponge. And then I also am going to go in and apply it on the other side of my face with my Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush, because I really love this foundation brush. So if you guys can see, my skin has more trouble on one side. So this is my problem side, so it has a lot more scars on this side comparatively to this side, but I still have marks on both sides of my face. So I think first I'm gonna go in with my sponge. So it's damp already. Let's take it for a whirl. Virgin product, never been pumped. So let's swatch it on my arm first so we can get like a idea of the color. So it's pretty much an exact match for my current skin tone. It feels kind of thick, but not too thick. And it's just a tad too light for me, so I definitely need to go in with contour to make it blend better or mix it with another foundation, especially over time once summer approaches. But it kind of sets fast on my arm. Like I feel like it's already becoming more of a powdery texture. Yeah, so that absorbed and set pretty quickly on my arm. It's not really a liquid texture anymore. So let's go ahead and try it out on my face. I'm so excited. If this foundation does not work for me, you guys, I'm gonna be shook. So I'm gonna go in with one pump first on my puff, and starting from the center portion of my face. Wow, okay. That is really nice with the puff. I'm actually impressed. Like it blends pretty seamlessly with minimal effort. Like I just need to pat it. I don't really need to pull or anything like that. Just the patting motion seems to be enough. But yeah, it's definitely a little too light. One pump seems to give me a nice full medium coverage. I wouldn't say it's full coverage, but just a nice good medium equal coverage. So I got the majority of my face, but I have a desire to do another pump just because it's not as much coverage as I would have liked with the sponge. So going in with another half a pump, I'm just gonna put that on the one half of my nose and forehead. It definitely does feel super lightweight though, like it doesn't even feel like I'm wearing makeup. And it's not clinging to the dry patches, because usually I have dry, flaky skin around my nose and inner cheek, but it's not clinging to any of that. My pores, I can't even see my pores, what the hell? Oh my goodness. Pull it a bit down on my neck, because my neck and chest tend to pull redness a lot. Wow, okay, like I'm in love. So it may look a little more white on camera, like in person it looks pretty good match, but in camera it's looking a lot more washed out and white. That's probably just from the SPF in it, but it literally does not feel like I have one and a half pumps of foundation on one side of my face right now. Like it doesn't feel like anything at all. I mean, I definitely would want to go in with concealer under my eye just because I can still see my dark circles, but otherwise I have like no real desire to go in with a second layer over my actual skin. Wow, it feels so lightweight and like effortless. I'm really impressed. Okay, so now let's go in with the brush on the other side and see how it does. So I'm gonna do the same amount, so about one pump for the initial start. Let's see how it does. Okay, so with the brush, I feel like I can spread it better. Like one pump definitely spread equally over the one half of my face, but it's not as skin-like. Like this side of my face looks completely natural. I can't even tell I have foundation on, but on this side, it can be a little bit streaky. Like you definitely have to work a little bit harder to blend it by patting it in. And I feel like it didn't give me as much coverage as with the sponge. And it clung a little bit more to my dry patches with this brush. So it could just be the brush that I used, or it probably just works better with a sponge. I feel like every foundation does. So I'll zoom in to show you guys the difference. So this is the side of my face with the brush. Let's see if it can focus. So you can see a bit of the texture there on my inner part, and it's not covering the pores as seamlessly as compared to this side. So this side I feel looks more believable and skin-like, while this side, it just shows a little bit more texture. Definitely feel like you get a lot more spreadability with the brush, but compared to the sponge, I like the sponge side better. So I'm just gonna go in and kind of rework this side, blend it a little bit better, do the rest of my makeup, and I'll tune back in. Right now, time-wise, it's actually late in the day. I had to work a little bit this morning, so it currently is 3:55, and I'll wear this as late as possible into the day and tune back in for you guys. All right, you guys, I am back. It has been exactly 1 hour since I first applied the foundation, and I must say, like, it looks and feels pretty good. Like, I'm impressed. It worked really well to blend out my makeup. I did, however, use all liquids and then powders. I didn't use any cream products on my face. My blush is powder, highlight powder, and the contour was liquid, concealer under my eyes was liquid, but they all blended seamlessly. The concealer didn't lift away under my eyes, which I was kind of skeptical about because that happens surprisingly so often with different foundations and different concealers. But I must say, I'm really impressed. My pores still look good. I haven't gotten shiny. The color has not oxidized, so it looks the same. However, I did apply contour to kind of give more color to my face, and of course, the blush as well. But you guys, like this, it doesn't even feel like I'm wearing concealer or foundation at all. Like, it feels so natural, and it's not even creasing in the areas that I normally would crease. Like, usually in the nose corner I would get lines and stuff. Under the eyes usually would get really liney, and especially in my smile lines I would get lines there as well. But you guys, it's been an hour and it looks freaking phenomenal, and my face isn't itchy. I'm not getting oily or shiny. I'm impressed so far, so I think I'm gonna keep this makeup on for as long as I can today, and then I'll tune back in at night and let you guys know how it held up, because for me there definitely are key signs when I know a foundation is going to break me out, so I'm going to keep my eye open for that. Alright everyone, I have returned. It is 10, like almost 10:10 at night, and look at this wonderful, look at that wonderful Cole Sprouse on there. So hot right now, like, oh, and then someone messages me, but he's so hot right now. Can we all just take a moment to appreciate how hot Cole Sprouse is right now? Like, oh bae, so bae. Okay, anyways, so it has been quite a few hours. It's been at least 7 hours, I think. So I've had this foundation on all day, more or less. And what I can say right now is I'm impressed, but I feel a strong desire to wash my face, not gonna lie. But I feel like this happens with no matter what kind of makeup you wear. Like, I just really want to wash my face. I want to wash my face so bad. But overall, I think it looks pretty good for 7 hours of wear. Like, okay, so I'm looking at it in the mirror right now, and I mean, for a foundation that I didn't use primer for or any setting spray, I just used a little bit of powder, it's done pretty good. I can see right now it's kind of accentuated my pores now, and it's starting to lift away around my mouth area, but I did eat like 2 dinners because it's the story of my life, and it is rubbed off around my nose area here because I did have to blow my nose twice, and it is creasing a bit under my eyes, and it does transfer when I touch it. Like, if I go like that, it's on my finger. So let me zoom in for you guys and show you what it looks like right now. So this is kind of what it looks like close up. So as you can see, I got some fine lines going on right there under my eye, but I didn't heavily set there at all because I didn't really want to. It's rubbed off around my nose, and my pores are a bit accentuated, and the chin area is starting to show some redness through there. And this side of my face looks like death. Like, what is that? But I mean, realistically, for 7 hours of wear, I think it's almost been 8 hours, to be honest. Realistically though, for 8 hours of wear, I'm pretty impressed. I haven't developed any new breakouts on my face, and it doesn't feel extremely oily or itchy. And usually for me, I can tell if a foundation is going to break me out because my skin will look extremely oily after wearing it, and it will be extremely itchy. Mind you, it is a little bit itchy in some areas, but that tends to happen to me all the time. So I'm not really shocked by that, but I think with this foundation, I won't know if it breaks me out until a few days after of wearing it regularly. So after I post this video, if it did break me out over time, I'll let you guys know in the description box down below, or I'll put a caption in this video eventually. But for now, you guys, I'm going to be honest, for now, I think I found my new holy grail foundation. Like, this looks really freaking good after 8 hours. Like, it feels lightweight, it's not super itchy, it's not irritating so far, and no breakouts right away. And it looks really good. So honestly, I was kind of upset that it's turned out so good, just because I kind of wanted to find something wrong with it right off the bat, just because it's $80 here in Japan, and that's not cheap. But at the same time, I would have been so pissed off if it looked really bad, or if it broke me out or gave me irritation or hives or anything like that. So I'm actually quite happy, and it did not cease to amaze me. So I think I found my new favorite foundation ever, and that doesn't come easily for me. There's not been many that have made it into that list, so I'm really impressed. Giorgio, Armani, you have done it. You have won me over, and I hate you, but I love you at the same time. Anyway, you guys, that is it for this first impression review video. I hope you guys like that, but please don't expect to see too many high-end foundation first impressions and reviews, just because, like, you guys, that's like $100 right there for foundation. Like, let's be real, that's expensive. It's expensive. So anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs it up if you did, and if it helped you out, comment down below if you have tried this foundation, or if you have a favorite foundation of your own that's like matte, full coverage, long wear type deal. Let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm definitely curious about your guys' opinion and what you like. And remember to subscribe, but of course only if you want to, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!